I wish I had the photos here, but we started this thing which is like, why do you guys, since you seem to like the ActFur shirt so much, go wear it in interesting places?
Yes.
Oh,
3 weeks later, we had a dude send us an email from Egypt. And he's in the middle of the desert with the glasses on and you know, the wind
Was that Tumbles?
Yeah, that was Tumbles.
That was Tumbles.
That was Tumbles. Wind swept, you know, scarf out the side and blew out for a shirt and he's like, ha ha!
And there's like endless sand.
Endless sand. And we're like, that's our shirt in Egypt. That is so cool. And we had a dude wear it to work. And we thought, that's cool, until we found out he was working and he cleans aquariums.
I remember seeing that one.
So he's, come on, he's got to get on camera.
Through the tank wearing an ActFurOnAir shirt in his scuba diving gear.
This kid.
I had to buy a replacement.
Yeah, that was you, wasn't it?
Grab it.
Water up.
Do you want to come around here and just wave to the camera?
Yeah, come up here.
Just introduce yourself to the other people.
That one's better. Yeah, I'm from Mara and I work as a zookeeper. So.
Did they eat our shirt?
They were scared shitless of that shirt. They hid behind the logs and they would not come out. Little kid in the pram quite enjoyed it though. She goes, I want a bunny!
Everything's a bunny. I'll show you how I got the original website here. A couple of things which really help in doing a project like a podcast is having a bunch of extra skills like knowing how to draw some pictures or knowing web design. I've learned a lot in doing the podcast of do's and don'ts of web design, but geez, that is not loading up very well. Okay, no, that is the new logo. There was this tiny, on our original show back in 0.5, there's this tiny, really crappy little pixelated wolf that I did, wearing a bunch of headphones looking happy. And
he's meant to be a wolf. I always thought Mushi's a bunny.
Everything Mushi's a bunny. I'll explain that in a moment. This up the top left there, that's Mushi, who's our little podcast mascot. And you can see him on all the shirts and things like that. And Carnival did a picture for me, which was a little profile picture. I was like, yeah, come on, because even though she's my best friend, I'm still enamored by the fact that she draws things for me. And so
it's called Grateful-itis.
Yeah, Grateful-itis. What? Where is Kraden? Kraden.
Yeah, it's got right past the picture.
Okay, you see, that's my really temporary crappy paint job, but she did this little graphic down here. Like, that's a bitching wicked logo.
Yeah.
We should use that. So I took that picture and straightened it up and did all this vector stuff on it.
And then you recognised it.
Yeah, and then Carnival turned up and she said, can I edit that? I was like, yes. and so we ended up with this little Mushimu logo, and he's sort of a really good bit of theme character at the moment. But yeah, you build up all these extra little things. So we've got this mascot. If you guys donate to the show, has anyone here donated? Okay, there's a special little surprise.
I'll donate right now.
Donates to the show.
Get the shit out of it.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, even I don't know what it is.
Oh, you should donate it.
Fuck you.
Don't do that, bro.
No. Bro. Yeah, so you start, and we ended up building this like little listener base, and we're still amazed that you guys listen to the show, but yeah, it's weird. We are now getting, I don't have to look up news. Everyone else does it for me. It's brilliant.
Can you elaborate on that? I'm not sure I understood.
Okay, I used to have to look up news for the show. Right. Now I don't, because people will be like, I want to win stuff. article. So I'll just go pick, pull that out, pull up the articles, thank the person on the show, and I don't have to look up news anymore. That's really good. We get, chaps like this coming along and doing awesome segments for us.
That's me, he just pointed to me.
So
Okay, you guys giggle because you can see it, but there's going to be people listening to this going, what the hell is going on?
No, that guy over there.
Who?
That dude.
Oh, I see him.
Yeah, the one in the pink spandex.
Oh, right.
I'll leave now.
Yeah, he is our best listener, man.
Hi, TinyCat.
Pete, just walking.
Pete, yeah. Pete is like, hi, TinyCat.
But with a bit more feminine than that. You end up getting a lot of skills in this, so you will learn things like web design and proper audio editing.
But
check this out. I ended up finding this voice generation thing. I ended up mixing it together, and now the audio is not working great.
It's not plugged in.
Oh yeah.
While he's tinkering with that, I'll just say, you want to put together a project, and you'll find gaps in your project, things that you can't produce. And you either find someone that has the skills, or you give the skills to yourself.
Yeah.
Which looks fantastic on like a resume for just about anything.
Oh,
I organise.
That's
such. Well, that's what
I ended up through the work that I did on MiDFur this year with the comm book and the comm badges and the designy stuff. I'm not putting that in a portfolio. I'm actually going to see if I can get. Yeah, I didn't put page numbers in. I know. I put it in the contents page. No one knows what page to go to, and no one noticed that until you told me the other day, and I was like, but
warning, this show contains adult material and occasional coarse language. Parental discretion is advised.
that's no one's voice. That's just some dude called Lawrence. And the dude called Lawrence is a computer synthesized voice thing. If you tweak some stuff, you can get them to say things. Because back in the day, we were too small scale to be able to get anyone to do nice recordings for us that wasn't us. This year we ran a competition thing, which was just to get samples and then get extra points and stuff, which was, my name is Kraden and you're listening to ActFurOnAir.
Yeah, the formula is, my name is such and such, and I'm from place, and you're listening to ActFurOnAir.
We got like 40 in the first month. And they're still coming in. I've got like 2 seasons worth of people talking about stuff at the show. So no, it's really good.
And you don't ever want to run out, do you?
No.
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 Yeah. So anyone that's listening to this recording? Recordio! It's like an accordion. Audio jacks. Accordion! Extreme busking. That's it. Oh, crappy. What are we talking about? Yeah, anyone who's here, do up one for us because we would appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, I actually did put together an image. This is a podcast. You pass your computer to the world. How are we actually...
World is spelled W-H-U-U-U-R-O-D. The world!
But I ended up sitting down with a piece of paper and the click job. And I'm thinking, how can I get sound effects to run into the mix, to run back into the computer, plus our voices, plus another thing playing music out to some source that I can do live? This was before MiDFur XII was our first live sort of thing. And basically, how we do our show now is the hosts sit there and talk.
I'm getting a headache from looking at this diagram.
So many boxes.
Like 3 drop kick boxes plus a mixer with a bit of SFX sticky tape to the side. It goes into the CPU, comes back into the mixer, and then cycles through the CPU endlessly to also equal recording.
Yes.
Then you get a recording plus a pony, a zombie, and a fox in a top hat, plus editing equals not quite your logo in the first place.
Yeah, so I was like, I wonder if I can create an audio link, because some computers, the older ones, you'll get a headphone jacks.
Yeah.
You can get a headphone jack
No,
into a
to
headphone jack.
explain.
It's tiny, like a TinyCat. And you get that plug and you put it into the headphone jack and you put it into the microphone jack and hit record, and either it will be completely silent and you can talk, you can do things on the computer and you'll get sounds coming back, or it'll go and people will be like, what the hell, from wherever else in the suburb.
Go to air horn broadcast once.
No, I blew a speaker doing that.
Oh.
There was only one of the little computer speakers, but I went, no, podcast time, plug.
Shaboom.
Put that
Yeah,
aside. My room smelled like smouldering plastic. Oh, FEMA has a question.
Oh, that's kind of sexist. Here we go.
Then how the hell do you get Carly on the show?
Hey.
Remember how we were talking about compressors earlier? What a compressor does is it compresses the... Why am I talking this one? This is the running one.
Yeah,
I'll
I
tell you
know.
my microphone.
I don't think it makes it fit.
What a compressor does is it's got a certain amount of attack and it will sort of squeeze down the frequencies in a way because you get peaking, and which is, if you guys ever have to come and look at the mixer, there's a thing called peak up the top, which means you've got enough volume into it that it just goes, fills it up like a power bar. There's absolutely no variance.
In Audacity it turns red.
Voice it down.
Oh.
It's traveling into the other room.
Oh, we just got a warning that was too loud.
Too loud. That's fair enough.
Is that a bit better?
Is that better? Hello, we're sorry for just
You're a very calm beach and you are not angry at the people in the next room. There is an oncoming storm, but you feel safe.
I apologize very much for being too loud. We were talking about carnival, weren't we?
That's how it happened.
No. It's going to be interesting because this year, well, in the year coming, I'm going to move to Melbourne. I'm going to be moving to a house with Carnival and we're going to be recording the show in the same place. Now, what happens that's very, very good is her voice sits in a frequency range which is picked up wonderfully by microphones. She can have a crappy microphone and come out better than I can talking to a good one. So, do you have a question or are you just stretching?
I was just stretching.
Okay. And what happens is that we call her from Skype, over Skype from Tasmania. And Skype has a natural compressor effect. So it means when she's talking, I don't have to worry about doing any of that sort of stuff. I recently went down to Tasmania to do a show, and she had one of these. Up to her face.
The mic.
I spent the entire show fiddling with the audio thing because she'd be talking really loudly, and then she'd get excited. I have to, like jump over the desk, grab the mixer, ramp down the volume thing before she said something. But microphones are interesting. Janira, she is a puppy. She really, really is a puppy. She likes her cute things, and people who like cute things also like creature comforts. And back on my old podcast, we used to have, they get, sit down, lays down in the chair, and the microphone would be over there on the table.
Well and truly away from the speakers.
Well and truly away from the speakers. And then they get excited, and they'd start leaning in, and I'd already turned up the volume. So if you're ever talking to a microphone, just place it in against your chin, and it means you will constantly get a very level amount of sound. And you don't get too excited and start moving it around your mouth like this.
Whoa!
That would be Janira during the first season of it. And what I ended up doing was I got a cardboard microphone and a mic boom and a shock mount. And I'd go to the mixer and I'd turn up the sensitivity, and she'd sit on her bed and I'd point it at that corner of the room. So she'd get excited, she'd bounce around on the microphone, moving around, and she sort of just stayed in that sensitivity area. So we were able to pick her up. But no, I don't mean like that.
On the boom.
Apparently there was a dirty joke there.
Yeah, okay. I thought you were
Your
looking
eyes
like,
later.
great. You were just like, what?
She was bouncing around on the bed with the microphone. Oh, I get it. Nobody else does. Nobody else is
No, I was saying pick her up.
Pick her up.
As in a pick up?
But she was already in your house.
That's how hard it was to pick Jen.
Jen is a tough cookie.
No, I mean, you end up getting like a heck of a lot of skills on the show, and the problem is when there's something that you need to fix in a sudden, and the other people don't know how to do it. I don't know if you guys can see this properly, but this is a little picture Carney did after I was at work at my new room. Where is my mouse? Can anyone see it?
Little.
Wrong side of it.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah. Real.
Okay. This is basically code on this side, web code. And she called me up, and she'd never seen the code behind the internet before. And that second one is kind of her, if you can imagine that in an audio form over the phone, I'm trying to make copies and explain to her the specific syntax that you have to write web pages in to get them to work. And all I wanted to do was, the episode will be delayed in big red text.
Kraden's mobile has just gone off.
Don't put it right up
Who
next
is
to
it?
it. Speaker.
Hello, Ruskin. Hold on.
Loudspeaker.
Do you want to say hi to all of MiDFur? You're on the phone now, on the microphone.
Go away.
Can I call you back? I'm actually in the middle of a podcast, but I thought it'd be funnier to just record you and we put a constant ever record of